Hello, I'm Natik, and I have 20 minutes, and I just noticed there was a little bit of activity in this discussion on Airbyte about building a source connector for Holiday API. And so I've looked at their docs, and I would like to just try and make a connector with Connector Builder. What we're going to be doing is we're going to try and grab all of the holidays for a given country, and yeah, just see how far we can get, just one stream, and see if it's going to be usable. And the first thing we're going to need is the key. So let's do it. Okay. Sort of not cool that you know my password, but hey, it's a test account anyway. It's going to be my sandbox. Okay, so I've got my API key. And let me go back to the documentation here. Okay. So let's go to Builder. Let's create a new source from scratch. Call it holidays. Okay. Let's take a look at. Okay, so it's going to be holidayAPI.com v1. Okay. Okay, v1. Okay, there is. How do I authenticate? Let's take a look. Just the key. Okay, so this is what? I think that's the header, right? Okay. Checked into header. Header name key. User inputs API key, testing values. Let me just paste my key in here and save. And we're going to create a stream, holiday. And this is probably not going to work. Let's see what it returns. 404. This is not what I wanted. That's because it's holidays. Okay. So there's a number of parameters, API key parameters required, and I did not submit it. Oh, interesting. Is it a parameter? Okay, so now you need the country and a couple of other things. So let's see what are the things that the API requires. One's country, key, and year. Okay, so let's do country and year first. Country, hint. I don't want to do the whole list, but let's just put that into the hint. It's going to be a string. And the default value is going to be, oh, that's interesting. Let's take a look at the US. Code US. Okay, so I hope that if I just do US, this is going to work. And another thing is year. And this is going to be year, and I don't think I want a default value here. As for testing values, let's set the year 2024. We could say we could paginate over year. Maybe that's an idea. But either way, I hope to see the same error now because I need to actually inject query parameters. So this is going to be country. And I have no idea if I'm doing this correctly. And the other thing is year. It should be, again, config year. It would be nice to get a little bit of syntax highlighting in here. Okay, let's try that. Ooh, okay. Now this is a little bit more difficult. So the actual problem is that I screwed up and I did not put the other backtick in here. But this message is indeed difficult to read. Okay. A year parameter is required. I think I supplied it. What's wrong? It did not. Why didn't it work? Huh. Oh. Probably that's why. And the testing value for it. Oh, interesting. When I renamed it, the testing value dropped. But I think this is fine. We can go back and test it again. I expect this to work. 402, free accounts were limited to last year historical data only. Okay. So what it's telling me is, well, this is a useful error message from the API itself that tells me that I'm not allowed to get data about this year, but I am allowed to get data about this year. Okay, so there's a warning message. We're going to ignore this just for now. We're going to look at the response, and it has the key called holidays that actually has the data that I need. It has the name, date, observed, date, whether it's public, country, UUID. I'm going to trust that this is the primary key. And there's additional information about the weekday. We're going to leave that in here, run this, and I should now get a bunch of records. Okay, this is already good. The only thing, so this is a good start already, and we did that in 8 minutes. We could improve this by saying this, for example, country or state, so that it's cleaner to, so like what this does now is like a configured connection would only query one particular country code. And if we wanted all of the United States, for example, that would mean that we need multiple sources for multiple states. That's probably okay. Then another thing is that the year is hard-coded. And what we could do is that we could say that we want several years. Let's see what happens if I put 2022 hard-coded in here. Am I allowed to query this? No. Just 1 year. Okay, so with this account, I cannot do it, but if I had a paid account, I could query multiple years. And then maybe I want a config variable number of years. And the default value is 3, for example. And I would have holidays stream, and I would include pagination. And I would say that it's a cursor pagination, next cursor path. I want to say I would like to use the current year in this. So I would say holidays first, if I can do it, date, I have no idea if that's going to work this way. And then I would say I'm going to inject this into a query parameter called year instead of using the variable here. Page size does not matter. Cursor value. Yeah. So you get the idea, like we take the year and then we just set the year +1 into the next one, but maybe that would have to be custom. Anyway, let's remove that. We don't want it. We don't want pagination, and we want to use config year. And yeah, let's test this again. Now, if this works, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just wrap up this video, and I'm going to export the YAML to see if this is good enough. Okay, see you in the next one.